Released on Ghost Month last year is Black Myth Wukong, a journey to the West-inspired RPG game steeped in Chinese mythology. Not winning the best game of the year did not deter it from winning the Steam's Best Game of the Year, Outstanding Story-Rich Game Award, and Best You Suck At Award. This brought me back to my Chinese Sunday TV shows. Well, way back in the day when we had TV. Never saw Journey to the West though, but look at all these characters. Easy to play too. Despite Steam's award, I found it easier than Souls game because the life meter lasts longer. Wukong's default health pool is larger and survivability is better early on. Boss attacks deal massive damage, but rarely one shot unless you're under level. Armor and magic resistances play a much bigger role in mitigating damage. You also have multiple transformation skills, like turning into a fire monkey or cicada, that can evade or absorb damage. Think of it like this: Bloodborne is about dodging perfectly or dying quickly. Wukong gives you a little more room to tank, recover, or counter. Also, unlike Souls games where you farm for hours, grinding just to stack stats and build your character's strength, Sun Wukong, aka the Destined, already kicks right off with powerful skills. However, don't underestimate this game because it has its own spikes in difficulty and some mechanics that feel more punishing, depending on your playstyle. And Black Myth, Wukong, Bloodborne, and Elden Ring all emphasize melee combat. Each delivers a unique feel. Wukong with its precise stat-based deflects, Bloodborne's relentless trick weapon aggression, and Elden Ring's deep customization across weapon types. In fast-paced, timing-heavy combat like this, precision and responsiveness are everything. And that's where the Keychron M3 wireless optical mouse shines. With its ultra-lightweight 79-gram design, ultra-responsive Kaylee G Master switches, high-end 26,000 dpi sensor, and triple connectivity 2.4 GHz Bluetooth wireless. It's built for speed and precision, perfect for fast-paced melee combat in games like Black Myth Wukong. For the best melee combat experience in Wukong, use the Keychron M3A1. It's highly recommended to use the 2.4 GHz wireless mode. While Bluetooth works fine for casual use, 2.4 GHz delivers near-wired performance with latency as low as 1 ms, making it ideal for fast, responsive inputs during intense fights. Simply plug in the USB-A or USB-C dongle and switch your mouse to 2.4 GHz mode using the toggle underneath for even smooth performance. You can also set the polling rate to 1000 Hz via the Keychron software to ensure minimal input delay. I am linking the launcher keycron link down below. And then you also must set your DPI to a reasonable level. So the 26,000 DPI is overkill. You can you can just start at 1600 to 2400 DPI for Wukong melee. Why? Because you need control, not speed. High DPI causes overflicking. Use the DPI switch on top or bottom, depending on your model, to cycle presets. So this is the suggested button mapping for melee. You don't need the software to apply the commands, assign the keys. So for the left click, default is light attack. The right click is heavy attack. You can use the side button 1 to dodge and roll, but this is the default command assigned is the use of the space bar. But I suggest using this option, this suggested button mapping, because it's you can use the space bar for another command. Like just like in Call of Duty, I use it to run. But in this game, the shift button is the one, shift key in the keyboard is the default command to run. Now the side button 2, you can use it for parrying or using spells, which you're going to be using a lot, so it's easier to use that the side button of the mouse. Now to heal or transform, they're suggesting using the middle click or scroll click, but I suggest keeping the game default that uses the keyboard letter R to heal, and then retain the middle or scroll to lock on target. So it's faster and easier, especially when there's surprise attacks. Because sometimes you're just collecting items and then all of a sudden there's a surprise attack. There's a character, a monster hidden behind the plant. And then they're also suggesting to use the scroll up and down to switch targets or weapons. So that's an option you can look into, because of course these are all just suggestions. It's up to you, the gamer, on which one you're comfortable with. You can assign keys in-game directly or via keycron engine if you want full macro custom key support. So the ideal gameplay style with M3A1 in Wukong is you use the high DPI plus low sensitive in-game. It gives you smooth tracking plus fast camera. And then the side buttons for dodge and parry, so it keeps your fingers off the keyboard mid-combat. And then lightweight body allows you, it gives you less fatigue, allows you to play longer, especially with boss fights. It gets harder, of course. Eventually, it gets tiring to, and the 79 grams comes in handy.
But cumbersome he found the celestial rules, for he yearned to come back and to revel in the simple joys with us. Little did he know, his choice to forgo the life above only fueled their mistrust. This stone has stood for countless days on the mountain. Since my youth, they've said that his remains lie within it. Unbegotten, undying, Such is the nature of a stone monkey. Though his body was broken, his spirit endures. Into 6 relics he turned, and separately they escaped, choosing to stay hidden. Those are the 6 senses of the great sage. Yet no one has ever seen them, not in centuries. I'm old now. Venture through all the lands I cannot. Yet among you, there might be one who is destined. One that shall recover all his scattered relics. And upon the return of the relics to Mount Tuaguo, he may yet rise again.